Hello, Aquarius. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Ula Tea Leaf Readings, and tonight we're going to be reading your tea leaves. My name is Lenor, and it is my great honor to be able to bring you these messages. Let's get started. And so tonight, Aquarius, we have the Eight of Wands energy. This is one of swiftness, energetic, fiery, creative, all things kind of moving faster, coming together. So you got to keep your eye on the prize, right? You got to make sure that it's not going to start going too fast and getting chaotic, right? Let's go ahead. We're going to and see what the tea leaves have to say. How do they interact with this energy of the Eight of Wands? Okay, let's go ahead. And I want to say thank you so much for deciding to click on this video, trying out a tea leaf reading. I don't know if you've seen one before, but they are really interesting and fun. That's the thing I like about tea leaf reading, is that sometimes it's just almost hilarious, some of this stuff. And other times, yeah, it gets pretty serious, and I'm not gonna skip over the bad, right? Or the things that feel difficult. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna keep it as light as we can. I'm not here to break any hearts or anything like that, but you know, we're gonna talk about what we see. Now, we have TC right there, and we have, it looks like, I almost feel like it's an IOU. I know it doesn't look exactly like it says that, but we have the I and we have YOU right here. But it feels like an IOU, like somebody owes you something. But we also have the letter E right here, a large E. So I'm imagining maybe it's somebody with a name that starts with an E. But I feel like there's this and maybe they don't say it outright. Maybe they've never even said thank you. You know, it's like, you know, you've done so much for somebody, and they, not necessarily that they just expect it, although maybe that's part of it. But I feel like this is somebody in your life who is not very open. They don't like to get vulnerable. They don't necessarily follow the please and thank you. You know, not that they're not well-mannered, but maybe they're not a big thank you person. But I feel like they live in such a way where, you can feel it in their psyche and their unconscious, but even in the front of their mind, right? I feel like there is this sense of, I owe you. I owe you so much for everything that you've done for me. And so I do feel like there is that love and bond there. I almost wonder if this is like a male child, adult child maybe, or like a nephew or brother or something like this. But I do feel like there is an undying devotion. That's what it feels like to me. Like, this is somebody who will always be by your side. You're never going to be on the outs with them. You might get annoyed once in a while. They might get annoyed once in a while. But I feel like this is like one of those rare relationships that, if we're lucky, you know, we form in our lifetime, where you can just trust in that you will be there for each other. Okay. So turning this, we also have the elephant, right? And you can see the trunk right here, and it's lifted. It is upright, going towards the sky, and this is a sign of wealth, of good health, of longevity. Okay, a most auspicious sign to receive. And I feel like for you, this is the big thing you've been praying for. And, you know, of course, we all want a little bit of money, and we all want to, you know, feel good and last as long as we can, get as old as we can. But I feel like for you, it's really about being able to enjoy the next part of your life. And I think you've been working really hard. You've gotten into this place where you're acutely aware that it's not just going to fix itself, right? If you haven't been feeling good, you got to go to the doctor, right? If you feel like you maybe are like getting a little bit tired, you're tired more often, you're feeling sluggish, you haven't been doing intentional, you know, movement, and you're starting to realize, okay, I got it. I'm in control of this. I have to be the one initiating. Nobody is going to, you know, pick me up off the couch and move my body for me, right? And when we come to these realizations, you know, and I think a lot of us, we come to them pretty often. It's not like some mysterious thing, like the wind shifts and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, finally, you know, I'm awakened. I just realized after 40 years that I need to be doing this or whatever. No, you're aware. Right. And oftentimes, like, we do our best, we try to get it moving, and it's not easy, right? Because it's not just something like, oh, let me just, like, you know, I'm going to do 50 miles of biking. I've been biking the last 6 months or whatever, 50 miles of biking today, and then I can take off, you know, the next week and we'll be straight, right? It doesn't usually work that way. So it's something we have to keep showing up for ourselves. Now, this could be with other things as well. It's not just the physical. But I do feel like, yes, there's this real, like, attention to, I need to change some things, and I need to get proactive. I need to stop just telling myself I need to change things. I'm going to get in there and do it, right? And I feel like this symbol, the elephant with the raised, I almost said beak for some reason, with the raised trunk, this is a real symbol of, like, that power that is within you, your ability to do the thing. I mean, not only just, like, go for it, but, like, really master, you know, this part of your experience in life. Okay, so I could see you really getting into whatever it is that you are going to be kind of partaking in, you know. I don't know, like I said, it doesn't have to be the physical. This could be like, you start doing puzzles, you know, to keep your brain elasticity going, right? To keep your memory, doing memory games and stuff like that. And maybe you find, wow, I really love this. This is something that I wish I was doing the whole while. Maybe you get back into reading, you know, novels, or I don't know, smut or whatever, you know, something that'll keep you coming back. And you find, you know, this is part of life that I have not been indulging in. It's like taking a little vacation. I can get right into this book and I'm transported. It is helping with my creativity and my ability to, you know, to imagine, to use things like active imagination, or, you know, certain kinds of meditation or manifesting, or, you know, whatever. So I do feel like this is a real beautiful opportunity. It's like a present, right? To find something that you really can engage in your life that is always a blessing, in my opinion. Okay? So let's keep going. Oh yes, right down here we have, it looks like the wolf. Okay, so we have a wolf right here. And as we turn this, it looks like we have a person who is carrying the snake right up here. Okay, so here's the person. You can see the legs and the head, and here's the snake. Now, we just went into the Lunar New Year. So we are in the year of the wood snake now. We were in the year of, I think, what was it? The water dragon? I think it was the water dragon. But we were in the year of the dragon. And now we're in the year of the wood snake. And I feel like this is really going to be that year for you, Aquarius. I just can almost imagine you coming into this like moment where you're discovering things that you really are being inspired by. But that also kind of spilling over into other parts of your life where, you know, maybe you're able to make some money. You know, maybe you find like a volunteer thing that you really like that is involved with this interest, this new favorite thing that you have. And I'm trying to think exactly. It almost feels like maybe like doing some kind of project or a little side hustle with maybe a good friend. And I feel like I see them as a wolf. Now, the canine aspect tells me that this is somebody who is a good friend, somebody loyal, protective, trustworthy. And I feel like you are the same for them. But I also feel like this is like the emergence of maybe a deeper relationship or kind of like the solidification of a chosen family. Like you've always said, oh, this is like my sister, this is like my brother, we're really close. And you go into some kind of mutual work together and you start to realize like this is somebody who I'll always have in my life. This is somebody who is really family. I mean, more so even than maybe your blood family feels. So I do see this being not only probably monetarily somewhat lucrative, right? If you're just beginning, we all know, like it's, you know, it takes some time to start making money, right? Because you're investing in the work that you're doing and all of this and trying to find that sweet spot, right? But I do feel like the big thing that comes out of this is being so very close with this friend. And I do, let me emphasize, I feel like this is platonic. It might not always be platonic. I don't know. It seems like it is on the, maybe the cusp, maybe the cusp of flirtation at times, but I think it's more about just having somebody who is very much a companion, right? Somebody you really relate to. Now, I want to show up here, it's H2. I don't see the O, but I just want to emphasize, make sure that you are drinking your water, right? Staying hydrated. I know, I'm like mom over here, but it is important. So many people operating in life dehydrated. That's maybe one of the things that is why the world is so wild right now. And honestly, when you consider how many people you are engaging with throughout the day and people's behaviors and their poor attitudes and bad manners and maybe even just being straight up aggressive, and you start to think like how many people around you are not feeling good, just generally, right? Just general like malaise or whatever. I'm not saying it is okay for you to behave that way when you're not feeling good, but it really does. It makes you think. You know, when I have like a tummy problem and I have to go run an errand or whatever, like I try to be so like courteous, and I even maybe am a little bit of a fawning person where I just want to make the easiest, briefest exchange. Everything is, smiles and how you doing and oh my gosh, thank you so much and all of this. And we get past, we can do our social interaction real quick. But I'll tell you what, if I have a stomach problem or whatever, I'm not like mean. I try not to ever be rude to people, but I am less likely to be as helpful. I'm less likely to have any small talk. I'm just kind of sourpuss, like, get me through this. I just want to, you know, do my thing, get it done, go home, get in bed, you know. And you think about, like, how many people are you running into that are feeling that way, you know? And I don't know, maybe it's just me, like, you know, mind blown or whatever, but it really is. And so when I see the H2, I'm like, okay, everybody stop, go get some water, get your bottle, get your, you know, whatever those metal cups are, get your glass of water, whatever it is, drink some, okay? Drink it all up. All right, let's see. Now, the last one we're going to look at here is we have a seated figure holding a child right here, okay? So I do feel like there is this real, I feel like there's an anniversary coming up, maybe mom's birthday, father's birthday, maybe your birthday even. It feels bittersweet. It feels bittersweet. Oh, well, we are coming up on Aquarius season, right? Is it already? I don't even know what the date is. It's the end of pretty soon here, right? So I feel like there is like this moment of stopping and considering, right? I feel like there is a sense of, it's even kind of like a mother's hug, cuddling with mom, dad, you know, just like a sense of safety. Like everything's okay, you're taken care of. The warmth. It is a sense of just warmth, to be completely like immersed in the light, in the warmth of it all. To be loved, to know that you are beloved. That's what this feels like to me. Right here, you can see. But also I feel like you were given the space to explore. Go out in the world and do your thing without feeling, you know, worried about what your family was going to think of you. And I think that's like, probably one of the biggest gifts that they ever gave you, is that they've always been so accepting in a way, right? And so I feel like this is just kind of generally something maybe passing through your mind, but there is, maybe it's been like dreams. I almost keep feeling like this desire for like maybe like a rebirth. Maybe a rebirth ritual. Excuse me. Whatever it is, it feels like, well, if you are somebody who meditates, does active imagination, like I talked about earlier, maybe this is a good prompt for you to be thinking about like the womb space, the mother space, the parental space, the security, the love, the unconditional love. These are fun things to meditate on. I find it very hard because I had a troubled childhood, but it's something that I think is most necessary for all of us, especially if you're doing, you know, interior child healing and support. These are good places to spend some time, because if you don't know unconditional love from your own experience, it's something that we have to create for ourselves so that we can have, you know, some idea of what does this feel like. And it's hard. It's hard to be the one to love yourself unconditionally, but it is possible, right? It is possible, and it is most worthy, I believe. I think it is really, and I say this in my readings whenever it comes up, the ultimate love story is the one between ourselves and ourselves, right? To be able to court and love and get to know and support and have an awe for self is the ultimate love story. It is. Nobody's ever going to love you like you love you if you allow yourself to love yourself. Let me say it again. All right, let's see. So we have two people, and it looks like we have maybe a spiritual guide, maybe going to somebody for advice. I feel like this is maybe kind of almost like you are, like you're being brave and you're going to ask for advice from somebody who you respect, or you have a kind of like a great reverence for this person. If this is maybe another practitioner, or maybe there's like some poet or artist, or somebody within your career field or whatever, be brave. Go and talk to the person. Reach out to them. Now, it might take a while, I'm just going to say this as somebody who gets a lot of emails and stuff, but don't be, it's not, if it takes time for them to be receptive or to get back to you, or maybe they never get back to you at all, that's okay, right? But I do feel like actually there will be an engaging conversation, because I do feel like you will receive some kind of information, some kind of knowledge that you did not have before. And I think that this is going to be very impactful for you. So I do feel like if you have somebody in mind, go ahead, write that email. Go ahead, walk up to them at the coffee shop. Go say hello, introduce yourself. Because I think that this is an important door to open for you. Okay. The other thing that we have is, it looks like the number 301 as being important, 301, and also the initials LS, if that means anything to you. Okay, now we're going to do 3 lucky numbers. And we have number 23, 23. All this stuff's getting moved. Okay, we have number 84, 23, 84, and 79. Beautiful, wonderful, excellent. All right, and then we have our self-care affirmation cards. These are going to punctuate the reading here. We're just going to stop where it feels right. And it says, a worthy heart. I have a voice. My needs are valuable. I express what I think and feel. I allow others to care for me. My heart is worthy of care and attention. My heart is worthy of care and attention. Oh, excuse me. Care and attention. My goodness, I need something to drink here. It is my last reading, so. All right. Aquarius, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Other than that, yeah, please just take care of yourselves. Keep your hands washed. Wash them often. There's so many icky germs going around right now. I hope you're staying warm. Please send us some snow. I keep asking every sign, please send us some snow. We barely have had any this year. It has been cold on and off, although the last couple days have been kind of warm. But I need some snow in my life. I got my daughter a sled, and immediately all the snow disappeared. So we haven't been able to go sledding yet, but Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some snow here in the next week. Please send it this way. All right, Aquarius, I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. Good night.